Namaste friends. I am very happy to welcome you to this 13th webinar of Hariyali 25. Friends, the subject of today's webinar is Aranyavachan, that is interpreting forest or nature, and also learning from forest by our own observations. Aranyavachan, that is understanding the nature, interpreting with the nature and all its constituents is one thing, and learning lesson from it, which can be implemented or which help us to enhance our knowledge and personality is another thing. Let us see how these two differ from each other. We will be looking into both these aspects of the nature and all its constituents. Thank you. Good evening, friends. I'm very happy to welcome you to the 13th webinar of Hariyali 25. Subject of today's webinar is Aranyavachan, vis-a-vis learning from Aranya. In last webinar, we had some Aranyavachan with Shri Maharashtra. Today we'll do something extra at our own place. Friends, I would like to dedicate this webinar to late Shri Madhukarrao, who was our ex-president of Hariyali. He had a major contribution in two of our projects. First of all, it was flooding of Thane and solution to that. And secondly, Bhavai plantation project, plantation as also water conservation. Friends, let us first of all understand the meaning of Aranyavachan. Aranya means forest, which in itself is part of nature. On the other hand, Vachan means reading and interpreting. To elaborate it further, Aranyavachan involves, friends, reading and understanding forest and all its constituents. Secondly, understanding the relationship between all such constituents. Thirdly, understanding the utility of such constituents and importance of their existence in the nature. Fourthly, assessing their worth and importance in relation to human beings. If Aranyavachan means learning, understanding and interpreting Aranya and all of its constituents, learning from Aranya would mean absorbing and applying the lessons of Aranya as a whole, including all of its constituents, such as trees, wildlife, birds, animals, and all other factors. Through some of our earlier lessons, more particularly in Aranyavachan with Sri Maharashtra, we tried to do some Aranyavachan. Now let me try to explain to you some of the lessons that I could learn from Aranya or nature for that matter. Friends, this is a video clip in which I am giving you some examples of Aranyavachan. In this clip, I am explaining nature and its importance to children.
Ready? आपको बोलूंगी कभी पूछना, ठीक है?
तितलियों का
रेडी?
रेडी
और अंदर नहीं बस ऐसे रहो बस बोलो और रोने
नहीं बघा सबने इधर देखने का, मुझे मेरी तरफ देखो।
हाँ ठीक है सर।
इधर हाँ
जानवी अभी पूछो।
अगर ये तितलियों का गार्डन है तो वो कहाँ गई?
बिल्कुल अच्छा सवाल पूछा आपने। तितलियाँ जो होती है ना, वो यहाँ पर सीजन में आती है और हर तितली का लाइफ जो है, लाइफ साइकिल बहुत छोटा सा होता है। किसी का 30 दिन का, 45 दिन का, 60 दिन का ऐसे होता है। तो जिस सीज़न में उनको यहाँ पर अच्छे फ्लावर्स मिलते हैं, कुछ खाने को लिए मिलता है,
कुछ सिक्योरिटी होती है उस वक्त यहाँ पर आती है, और जब वो नहीं यहाँ पर होता है तो और चली जाती है और उनका लाइफ भी पूरा हो जाता है। पर आपको कहूँ कुछ तितलियाँ तो ऐसी
In this clip, I'm talking about trees, asking the children whether they know the species, and some of them gave correct answer. It was a mango tree.
तो आप पेड़ को देख सकते हैं, नीचे देख सकते हैं
मार्कन
जमीन पे।
देखिए, सामने उधर है मार्कन देखिए।
या
थोड़ा पेड़ तक लेके जाइए।
आप आइए, आपको कुछ पेड़ों की पहचान करवा देता हूँ। आपको मालूम है कौन सा पेड़ कौन सा किसका किस चीज का होता है? इस पेड़ को पहचानते हैं आप? कौन सा पेड़ है? आम का, क्योंकि उस पर अब आम के फल लगे हुए हैं। आप पहचानते पेड़, लेकिन पेड़ कैसे पहचाने जाते हैं? उनके पन्नों।
This is also about learning about the tree. Cashew nut was the and which some of them could identify correctly.
रेडी, एक मिनट। हाँ चलो, रोलिंग।
अभी आपको पहचान करवाते हैं दूसरे एक पेड़ से। इस पेड़ को पहचानते हैं आप? कौन सा है?
काजू का पेड़।
काजू का पेड़, कैश्यू नट बराबर। कैसे पहचाना आपने?
नीचे निकाला तो।
बराबर, ये देखा आपने? ये क्या है? कैश्यू नट कैसा होता है? ये है ना, ये कैश्यू नट। ये पहले उसमें ऐसा फल होता है, इस फल को भी खाया जाता है, इसकी सब्जी भी करते हैं। और फिर ये कैश्यू नट जब ड्राई होता है तो इसको भूज करके ये ऊपर का छिलका निकाल देते हैं, और उसके बाद जो घर होता है ना उसे आप खाते हैं, वो आपके हाथ में आता है। तो
Here the children are being explained about water conservation, the need to do so and how it is done. They are standing on a wooden bridge across the lake created, across the water body created there.
ब्रिज पर मैंने क्या कहा आपको? इकड़ एक साथ नहीं सबने बताना है, हाथ ऊपर करना है, उंगली ऊपर करना है और फिर जवाब देना है, ठीक है? तो ये ब्रिज आपको कहाँ से कहाँ ले जाता है?
इधर से उधर।
इधर से उधर, मतलब ये मेन लैंड से आपको वहाँ पर एक आइलैंड बना है, वहाँ पर ले जाता है। और नीचे क्या है? तालाब है। लेकिन तालाब में इस वक्त पानी नहीं है। पानी क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि इस वक्त जमीन के अंदर जो पानी है उसकी लेवल बहुत नीचे गई हुई है, और यहाँ बरसाती पानी होता है। जब बारिश में पानी आता है, बारिश होती है ना, तो सब तरफ से पानी यहाँ इकट्ठा हो जाता है और उस वक्त वहाँ पर जाना मुश्किल हो जाता है। इसलिए ये ब्रिज बनाया गया है। कैसा है? ये कंक्रीट का है क्या? नहीं, ये लकड़ी से बना हुआ है। यही की लकड़ी छोटी छोटी काट करके वो उसे बनाया गया है। और उसके अंदर क्या है? तालाब के अंदर एक बड़ा कुआं है। कुआं, तालाब के अंदर कुआं बनाने से क्या होता है? उसको पानी ज़्यादा दिन तक रहता है और अच्छा रहता है, बहुत ज़्यादा पानी होता है। ये पानी जो इकट्ठा होता है ना तो वो फिर कुएं में जाता है, और इसीलिए तालाब में अगर कुआं बनाओ तो उसे पानी बहुत दिन तक और बहुत ज़्यादा रहता है। और इसके अंदर एक जो पेड़ है, वो कैसा पेड़ है? जामुन का पेड़ है। जामुन खाया ना आपने? तो आपको जामुन दिखा देते हैं और फिर चलते हैं। संभाल कर चलना बच्चों, संभाल कर।
काशू चीनू जी ने जरा
Here the children are understanding the characteristics of ant hill, how it is made, and which ants make this ant hill.
बूंद भी पानी इसमें कहीं से नहीं जाता है। ये मिट्टी से बनाया जाता है। जो एंट्स होती है ना, इतना इतना मिट्टी का बर्तन ला करके उसे बनाती है। इसकी खासियत क्या होती है मालूम है क्या? कि जहाँ पर होती है ना उसके बराबर 30-32 फीट नीचे पानी होता है। तो जहाँ पानी ढूंढने वाले लोग होते हैं ना, वो ऐसे देखते तो कहते कि यहाँ आपको पानी मिलेगा, और ये इतने फास्ट काम करती है।
Here the children are being explained how the fruits are plucked from trees and how different each of the fruits taste.
जाम कैसे लगते हैं मालूम है आपको? जब हम जंगल में घूमते हैं ना तो क्या करते हैं, किसी को प्यास लगी तो ये ऐसे जो फल होते हैं ना वो तोड़कर खाए जाते हैं। देखिए खा करके और बताइए मुझे कैसा लगता है। सबको देता हूँ, हाँ सबके लिए चाहिए। मिला सबको?
The children are given lessons in trekking. They are told what precautions need to be taken while trekking.
सबने एक साथ नहीं आने का। आइए। जल्दबाजी मत कीजिए कोई। चल आगे। ये आया हुआ था।
The children here are climbing the trees. Look at the joy on their face. The same children are climbing the machan here, that is the observation tower. And here they are learning about the spider's tunnel. We know spider's web, but then this species of spider stays in a tunnel built by it on the ground. Look at the nest of the birds and the eggs laid therein. This is what the children see and learn when they go through Aranya. And what do you see in the pictures? These are snakes, various species of snakes. In the first, it is difficult to locate the snake. So is it in the second one. In the third, it is already on the branch of a tree. So is the fourth one. Some of these slides, friends, you had seen in our earlier presentations, but here now we are trying to learn those or interpret those in different contexts and look at the senior citizens' curiosity in Aranya here. Learning, friends, is an unending process, and of whatever age you may be, you must never stop learning. And learning from nature as also from each other. You should never have ego if somebody younger to you tries to teach you, because that is his or her discipline, and he or she has acquired more knowledge about these things than you, and that's why you must try to listen to them with due respect. This is about awareness about trees in your own backyard. Many times we keep on traveling all over the world, but then we just don't try to look around our own city. What you see here is the biggest and most beautiful banyan tree in Thane. When I ask people where is the largest banyan tree in India, they would invariably say, their general knowledge is good, that it is at Botanical Garden in Calcutta. And when I ask them which is the biggest and the oldest banyan tree in Thane, hardly anybody could answer that. And then I would take people from Hariyali as also otherwise to show this tree, which is in the compound of guest house of Clarion Company, Kolshet, across Ghodbandar Road. And so is one of the biggest baobab tree in Thane, which is opposite to the police station of Kapur Baudi. The other day only, somebody had posted a message on Hariyali that these trees are getting extinct, but then we are fortunate to have a number of those in Thane, which I had explained in my reply to that post. And friends, look at these wild flowers. In which garden or park in city find such joy-giving flowers? These you would be able to see only when you go through Aranya, looking out for, and you don't have to look out for them. They will just come in front of you in large number, in large quantities. But you must have an eye for them, showing you various wild flowers, that is Rang Pule as we call them in Marathi. You may not know the names of these flowers, but then you certainly would enjoy looking at them. Beautiful flowers those are. butterflies. And look at these butterflies, friends. Many of you may have curiosity as to where do these butterflies rest at night and what do they eat or what is their food plan. Just as we need separate places for our drawing room, for our kitchen, for our bedroom, the butterflies and birds also rest on one plant and one tree, and they would have their food. They would search their food or derive their food from other plants. Here, look at the butterflies. They are trying to scratch the leaves for boosting their immunity. This plant is known as cocoa in Marathi. Dr. Peja or Madam or Nilima Madam may be able to tell you the scientific name, which they may post it on WhatsApp group. These were examples, friends, and ways of Aranyavachan. We tried to move around forest for understanding the various constituents, their ways, their characteristics, etc. So this was trying to understand the forest, trying to read the forest, that is Aranya. Now let us see what and how can we learn from the Aranya. Interpreting with nature is one thing, but then learning from nature is another thing, for which you must have an eye. Friends, it is often said that nature is the best teacher, provided you are willing to learn from it. And nobody tells you this. This you yourself have to try to understand and see how this is related to human beings and our own life. It is said that nature is the best teacher and observation is the best method of learning. Not only observing, not only the forest and its constituents, but their relationship with each other, behavior in the forest, and how they exist, how they survive. Secondly, never come out of the mode of learning, friends. It is never to learn anything, never late to learn anything. Just as nature is eternal, learning should also be an unending process. Then only we will be able to expand the horizon of our knowledge. With due respect to all my teachers and thousands of books that I might have read till date, personally, friends, I have learned much more from my interpretation with nature and Aranyavachan. Look at this slide, friends, which we had seen earlier also. There is a fire tree. There is a tree, the roots of which are exposed now to wilderness, and they are holding a rock. Rather, the rock is also holding them. Both of them are supporting each other. The tree would not remain in position if the rock is removed. And if the tree is cut off, the rock would also fall down in the rivulet on the bank of which it is standing. Friends, our nature guru, Dr. Madhuri Pejawar or Dr. Nilima Kulkarni or Dr. Mangla Borkar would tell you that this is a fire tree. They would say this is ficus, but then I look at it differently. A common man like me looks at it differently. This is a lesson to be learned from a forest. This is sustenance or astitva with the cooperation of each other. The tree is surviving because of the rock, and the rock is surviving because of the tree. This is a lesson that we must learn from nature when we try to understand or when we try to do the Aranyavachan. Now look at this slide. There are few creepers which are entwining about 25 trees. This was Mandita Oda in Eur forest. Look at the way the creepers are entwining the trees, number of trees. When they grow, initially they grow with the help of or with the support of the trees. And later on, when the trees become old and are exposed to nature and exposed to dangers of falling, they survive because of the support of the creepers which entwine them. So this again is friend a lesson in Sahajivan, that is coexistence. In our life, we must try to exist with other people in the society or with other constituents of nature. It is existence, coexistence, as Sahajivan as we call it. This is what we have to learn from the nature, and this is not a nature in the botany, this is not a lesson in the botany, but this is a lesson in sociology, and we must try to learn from the Aranya these things by our own observation and by our own interpretation. Here also in this slide you see similar creepers entwining the tree. This was again in the same rivulet, that is Mani Sauda Eur. Now look at this ant hill. While learning Aranyavachan with Maruti Chitampalli, we had seen about, we had tried to understand the characteristics of this ant hill, how it is made, how it is from inside. But then he also told us that if you remove a small part of him above the top and visit it after a couple of hours, you will find that it is redone again, it is rebuilt, it is reconstructed. And who does that? It is the thousands and thousands of ants staying therein under protection. Now, it is said that there is no constituent or person which is as hardworking and as disciplined as these ant hills. They do not carry forward today's work to tomorrow. You cut the part of it and within a couple of hours they would rebuild it, reconstruct it. So this is one thing that we have to learn from them, the hard work and discipline. This is again working with discipline in the forest. Look at the students. Across a narrow path, they are transferring plants in polybags to the top of the hillock. They are being told here how they need to do it so as to not fall down, not allowing the plant to fall down, and do it in a proper manner, in a systematic manner, so that there is no injury to them, as also the plants are not destroyed. And this is the way of working with discipline in forest, which helps them in their life otherwise also. It is again, friends, a discipline. Look at the birds on the water of a lake. This was made use of by the municipal corporation of, or rather the traffic police of Bangalore, with a very nice title. If they can follow lane discipline, why can't you? This is what we have to learn from various constituents of forest or nature. This is about doing your spade work and leading from the front. If you want to do some Aranyavachan and if you want to go around forest, there are several things which you must take into consideration. These are the pictures from the earlier clip that you have seen earlier webinars that you have participated in, that is Bhatsa Parikrama. There was a pilot survey which was done. A proper instructions were given, briefing was made, and help was taken from a local guide as also a forest guide. We needed to carry first aid box, vehicle, there was a vehicle backup. Enough arrangements were made for our food and other requirements. Enough water stock has to be made. There were good trekkers to lead us and help in case of any emergency. Maps were prepared and taken and proper schedule was made. This is what we need to learn while doing Aranyavachan, and this is what helps us in our other activities in other fields also. Friends, this is another lesson that we have to learn from Aranya. That is, never disregard warnings of nature. While moving through forest, you get a lot of warning, heavy wind, heavy rainfall, and you must look at those terms, look at those signs, symbols, and then act according. When to retrieve from the forest, when to go ahead, how to protect yourself from such gutsy wind is what you need and what you learn from the Aranyavachan. And if you do this, look at the joy that the nature gives you, friends. Look at the joy on the nature of the youngsters as also senior citizens after moving through Aranya. And now, friends, tell me, this is also a part of process of learning through our Aranyavachan. Which of the two pictures do you like more? The one with denuded hillock or the one with the heavily wooded forest? Obviously, the answer would be the second one in the minds of all of you. Similarly, look at this. These sites also were seen earlier. See the contrast with barren land on one hand and the thickly wooded forest on the other. This would also enable you to understand the difference between good roads and bad roads in our town or city. Greenery, the forest always gives you joy. And look at the different colors of sky. All these were clicked within a minute during monsoon. Look at the various shades of colors of the sky. This you will be able to see only when you move around the forest and you look with open eyes how fast all this happens, how fast the nature changes its color, and you have to move with the time in the same manner. I hope you liked it, friends, and hope you would make it a point to join us in our next Aranyavachan session during this monsoon only. Friends, as I told you earlier, we must have the urge to learn something others, but we're forgetting our echoes. Whomsoever we find capable of giving something to us, in fact, each one of us is capable of giving something to others, but we must ourselves have the capacity to learn from others and to take from others without any egos. A person of whatever age he may be is capable of giving you something, and provided you have the urge and desire to learn from him or her. Thank you all. See you in the next webinar.